Welcome back to week 2 of the 100 Days Client Attraction Challenge. Today we'll commit or recommit to your success, and we will discuss some ways to transform all of your activities into client attraction tools, or not activities but rather your marketing materials. Before we jump into today's topic, we need to recalibrate a little bit our in the zone time. Some of you are at the beginning of your coaching journey or are making less than 30,000 a year with your coaching business, and you might not be ready to spend 2 or 3 hours or 4 hours a day on trying to attract clients. First, we need to put in place some foundation elements in order to be able to make those in the zone hours truly count. The truth is that way too many coaches jump into trying to get clients without having their foundation elements in place. And creating that grand vision was one of the pieces of the foundation puzzle elements. Hopefully that vision will help you pick a niche a bit easier for those of you who have not picked a niche yet. So let's jump into this week's challenge. In fact, this week we'll have 4 challenges. But don't get scared, you'll probably knock out 2 or 3 of them right today as you listen or after you listen to this recording. Number 1, keep on track with your daily commitment to interruption-free client activities. That's what I was talking about in the beginning, about committing and recommitting day after day to your success. And some of you don't really need my input. You just need the accountability. You know what to do, you just need to do it. So just do it. Plan, commit, implement, and succeed. If you do not have a niche, or if you have a niche but it might not be a really hot one, it's not profitable yet, or not profitable, then we'll look at a few ways on how to pick a profitable niche and grow rich. Okay, yeah, I don't know about rich, but it rhymes, and it's possible. The third challenge is identify your target market. And finally, the fourth one will create a business card for you that will get you noticed, attracts leads, and helps you get clients. Ready? All right, let's jump into it. So let me start with the business card, so those who already have a hot niche can turn off this video and get to work. Fact is, most people use as a business card a piece of rectangular paper with their name and contact info on it. And that's how most people think about a business card, right? They think it's a piece of rectangular paper with their info on it. And you might say, but e.g., what the heck? That's exactly what a business card should look like, right? Nah, wrong answer. Everything you create, your business card, your website, your blog, teleclasses, email signature, your mailings, everything that you do and gets to be seen by others should be your sales tools, primarily should be your lead generation tools. Let's face it, how many times did you go to a networking event, came home with a bunch of business cards, and couldn't remember half of the people who gave you the cards? And if you didn't start going to networking events yet, then you will. And you will come home and look at those cards and have no idea who those cards belong to and what you talked about. Now, what if your card looked something like this? It had not only your name and your information on it, but it had an irresistible offer that identified your ideal client. Free marketing tutorial videos. Now, if somebody has a successful business, or if they are not in business, do they care about my free marketing tutorial videos? No. What if they are a struggling business, or if they want to start a business? Would they be interested in that? Yeah, heck yeah. And it says see back for free resources. And that's one of the most important parts of your business card, is the back of your card, which usually is left blank. It's a bunch of real estate unused, just going there to waste. They flip it around and it says, mine says, no results, no fee, right? Because I guarantee results. Call for your free consultation today. Now, of course, they will not bug me if they don't need marketing help. So I identified my ideal client. Only my ideal client will call. And most likely, if they are not in pain, they will not call. They will, if somebody's just thinking, maybe starting a business, they will keep the card. They will think, yeah, one day I might call the guy. But no, those who have a business but struggle, or those who have a strong desire to start a business but don't know how to get started, don't know how to market it, they will call. So there I identified my ideal client. My conversion rate with those who call is really high, sometimes as high as 60 to 70%. That's 6 to 7 people out of 10 people who I talk to. And it's not always coaching, sometimes it's only my membership site, but when I say only, uh, don't be fooled, because that's $47 a month. And just think about it, 100 people in that membership site paying 47 bucks. That's a bunch of money coming in monthly. So bunch of great offers on the back, and that's all there. So I capture the lead. So if somebody is interested at all in marketing services, then they will contact me and share their name and email address with me, and that's how I grew a list of more than 10,000 names, or more than 10,000 people in the past 10 years. Now, there were, of course, probably 20 or 30,000 people on my list, but every once in a while some people unsubscribe, and that's normal. Always those people stay with you who believe in you, who like your services, those who like your offerings, and they love to stay on your list. And I have a followership of thousands of people who've been with me for many years, and that's one of my lead generation tools. But as I said in the beginning, everything that you do should be a lead generation tool. Here's one of my older cards. I used to be a relationship coach for a few years, and then I transitioned into leadership coaching. And yeah, I'm guilty. I'm a niche hopper. And you might find that too, that you get drawn in certain areas, I mean, into certain niches, uh, and that's okay. So as far as my older cards, and as you can see, I have a niche focus, prominent title. Again, if somebody was a business owner or wanted to lose weight, but they had a happy marriage, or they did not care about a relationship coach. But if somebody had a struggling relationship, then right away they would be like, "Whoa, let me check this guy out." Now you see on my older card, I did not have written to flip the card over. However, in my uh, in my face-to-face networking efforts, I would show them the back of the card. And besides, sometimes it's just a reflex. People will look at the back of the card. I suggest to put the wording there, flip the card over. And then on the back again, I had free chapters of my book. By the way, I started giving away the complete book for free, the PDF, and ever since I've been doing that, I'm selling more books every week. Every week, selling more books. Ever since I started giving away the whole book. If you're interested, just contact me. I'll send you the complete book. And as a coach, you should be familiar with the topic of my book and with the content. It's based on the DISC behavioral model, how to recognize different behavioral styles and personality styles, and how to communicate most effectively with them, how to help them improve their performance, their relationships. You will understand what are their fears, what are their strengths, weaknesses, a whole plethora of information. So, and also it helps you understand yourself, why you are as you are, why you behave as you behave, why you communicate the way you communicate. Maybe you're too blunt, maybe you're too shy, maybe you tend to be way too humorous. uh, the book helps you understand why you are that way, and when does it help you to be yourself, and when you should tone it down. So anyway, it's a great book. Lots of people love it. check it out, communicationskillsmagic.com. And if you want the whole book emailed to you, just send me an email, say free copy of Communication Skills Magic or something like that. By the way, it's much easier to create a business card if you have a clear target market and niche. So if you have a clear niche, of course, it's much easier to create a business card. Otherwise, how do you know what kind of irresistible offer to put on it? Who do you want to attract? If you don't know who you serve, you don't know who you want to attract. It's hard to put there something that is that talks to everybody. And I know that last week I said that designing a business card is not a client attraction activity, and you are right. Yes, creating or designing a business card is not a client attraction activity. But for those of you who are at the beginning of your journey, it's something that it's great if you do put in place before you move on, or you can do it after your in the zone, so to speak, hours. So you can break it up, 2 hours on calling potential prospects, and then spend an hour or two on designing your business card. So that's a one-time thing. You do it once and then you have it. And even if you don't plan to network, you should always have one with you so you can share with anyone you talk to. When you stand in the line in the grocery store or at the car auto repair place, when you wait in a waiting room or the doctor's office, whenever you meet someone and you start talking and somehow the discussion gets steered towards what you do, it's great if you can hand out a business card. Make sure to check out the checklist under this video on how to create a client attracting business card, though the main elements really that should contain are your picture, so people remember who you are, niche related slogan, and the most important part of your card is the back of the card, the irresistible offer, which actually should start on the front. And on my newest business card, the irresistible offer starts on the front by saying free marketing tutorial videos. And you know, it's a little aggressive, but it gets people's attention. It's okay to stand out. You know, if it talks to the person who gets the card, then it's great. If it identifies my ideal client, if it's not somebody's cup of tea, if somebody doesn't, if the card doesn't talk to them, they can toss it in the trash. It doesn't matter. But to me, it turned out as a great lead generation tool, and I would love to take credit for it. I learned to create that business card from people who already been successful using it for years. And again, I always suggest putting a little blurb on the front of the card in light gray, encouraging your prospects to turn it over. Of course, when you network, you can always tell them to turn it over. What are some of the irresistible offers you can place on the back of your card? Free coaching session, that's the easiest, right? Free ebook, you can give them instructions saying to email you with the subject line, and you can tell them what subject line to put in there. Now, of course, ideally, the free ebook should be accessible through a landing page, and if you don't know how to do it, I'll show that to you later on. You can provide a free e-course, instructional videos or audios. It's up to you. I mean, it's you can be creative, but the key is to put something there that you know, when people see it, they should whack themselves in the head and say, holy cow, that's exactly what I need. That's what you need to keep in mind, that you know, people should have this whack on the head kind of effect when they see your irresistible offer. And not people, but your ideal client. You're not talking to people. Your card shouldn't talk to everybody, because then you will get very few sign-ups for your offer. Right now, like clockwork, every day 20 to 30, sometimes 100 plus leads sign up for my offers. If I put on a webinar or if I have a campaign, then I have more than 100 sign-ups for my offers. And that's coming from everywhere. It's coming from my books, from my ebooks, from my website, from my landing pages, from my blogs, from my business cards, from all kind of places. And I would teach you how to put in place all these mechanisms, all these systems that day and night send leads in your way. Is this exciting stuff, or is this exciting stuff? I'm telling you, it is. I think marketing is magic. I love working with clients. They come to me, they struggle, and we work together for a few months, and then they start generating more and more income. Is just, I love it. I love it. It's great stuff. All right, moving on. So let's talk about your niche, the four-letter word. One, two, three, four, five. Okay, I missed. No, some people think of it as a four-letter word. They just don't like the word niche. They don't want to pick a niche. So let's talk about terminology. When I talk about niche, I think about what services you deliver. What problems do you solve? That's your niche. Lots of people use the word niche as interchangeably with target market, but let's separate that. Niche is what you provide. Target market is who do you provide it to. Okay. And I know picking a niche for some of you is like passing a kidney stone. It's hard. I've been there. I struggled with it too. But what I learned was that if you pick a niche, things do start happening. Just you have to make sure you pick the right niche. One of the simplest ways to pick a niche is ask yourself, what is one thing, one of your expertise that people already keep asking you about? What do people ask you for advice for? Maybe it's relationships, maybe it's HR related issues, maybe it's Zen meditation or Zen meditation, life balance, sales. What is it? And think about it, what are some of your strengths that you already share with the world? So think about that and write those down. Also ask yourself, are my coaching services solving a major problem or a challenge, or help accomplish a strong desire that people are willing to pay for? Just tell me honestly, before you became a coach, how many life coaches did you hire? Did you have one life coach prior to becoming a coach? Or two or three? Okay, so most of you say no. Okay, so then why should somebody hire you as a life coach? If you are a generalist, if you don't solve a problem that people are willing to pay for. With that said, I will show you that even as a life coach, you can get clients if you target the right target market. But keep this question in your mind though, Is my coaching helping solve a major problem or challenge, or help accomplish a very strong desire that people are willing to pay for? And the second question is, are you approaching a target market that can afford your services? Did you build a professional image that helps you be seen as an authority or a true professional in your niche? You'd project this through all your marketing and networking activities, your communication with the prospect, your website, your business card, when meeting in person, your articles, videos, and so on. And we'll work on all of these. So it's important to be seen as a true professional. For example, if somebody does a search on you, then they should see that, wow, cool website, cool information, cool YouTube videos, articles, nice blog. And you don't have to have all of this in place, but you should have an online presence, and you should develop a reputation. And it takes, months, years, but if you love it and you believe in it, then it's worth building it. I've been doing it for 10 years, and it's great to be recognized as an authority in my field. And if you look at my LinkedIn profile, you will see that I'm endorsed highly for my leadership development skills, and not as much for my marketing skills, because I'm still more known in the leadership development world, because that's what I've done for the past 6-7 years. And I started doing marketing coaching only in the past little more than a year. And I started doing it because more and more people kept asking me, e.g., how do you get all these coaching clients? How do you get all these very high paying speaking gigs? I mean, some of you don't even realize how much you can get paid if you speak at an event. It's crazy, literally thousands of dollars. And if you try to charge hundreds or try to speak for free, they won't even accept you. But if you charge $5,000, they will accept you. But you have to develop that image of a not necessarily expert, but an authority or somebody knowledgeable in your field. Again, if you have a niche, then it's easier because then you know what to build upon, what kind of image. Is it in the relationship area? Is it in the leadership area, or weight loss, or life balance? What is it? So I keep mentioning niche, and there's a reason for it. Remember, after all is said and done, if you still can decide on your niche, don't get discouraged. At times your niche will find you. And you notice that you will notice that you keep attracting a certain type of client, and the next thing you find is that you become a relationship coach, or a life balance coach, or a weight loss coach. Or as in my case, I became a leadership development coach, which I never planned for. It fell in my lap. It chose me. So hang in there. Now, some people already have a great niche and are excellent coaches that could impact lots of people's lives. But having a great niche, a great website, a great business card, great skills, and great intentions are not enough. You need to let the world see you, experience you. You need to get in front of your target market, which means you need to market your coaching services. Don't be the best kept secret. Right now, some people are suffering or because you are not helping them, or they have unfulfilled goals because you're not helping them. And the way to let them know that you exist is through marketing. You don't want to call it marketing? Call it something else. The key is to consistently perform activities that let the world know that you exist and you have solutions for their pain. Then once they see your offers, then once they become aware of your existence, then you need to convert those quote unquote eyeballs into clients, first into prospects. They need to sign up for one of your offers, they need to get on your list, and then you need to convert them into paying clients, and you need sales skills for that. And no, if you don't like to call them sales skills, if you think of the word sales as a four-letter word, some people hate the word sales. You can call it conversion. You can convert eyeballs into clients. It's up to you. The key is, and I'm reading this Zen books lately, and one of the things I learned was that when you name something, you define it, and when you define it, it loses its true meaning. And that's the truth. That's so much applicable to sales also. You call it sales, some people cringe up and they think, oh, I'm really bad at sales, I don't want to do sales. Well, don't call it sales. It doesn't matter what you call it. The key is, if you don't get money from people, if you're not selling, then you are not making a living. So it's important to convert followers into buyers. So at the end of the day, you will still sell. We sell all the time. You have to sell your idea to your wife about the new car you want to buy, or to your husband about the new refrigerator, the cool one. We sell all the time. We sell ideas to our kids, and we have to sell our coaching services. Otherwise, we starve, and we have to go back work at a corporate job or some factory or something. And we will cover lots of strategies for both getting the word out and for selling your services or products more effectively. We have a couple of weeks left, so hang in there and keep coming back week after week, and I'll promise you, you'll learn some really cool stuff that will generate some ka-ching in your bank account. And I'm trying not to use slang. So ka-ching means money. So we'll, keep coming back week after week, and I will show you some ways to get clients and generate an income as a coach. So yes, picking a niche is not always easy, but picking a target market should not feel like brain surgery. You do know that if your target market are, for example, homeless people or struggling single moms, the likelihood that you'll make an income as a coach are slim to none. If, on the other hand, your target market are dentists, managers, engineers, professionals, or others who can afford your services, you'll start attracting some paying clients. And I know on the screen you see the word "and," but truly, and you can do that. You can say, I coach professionals who want to whatever. I have a client. She is targeting professionals who take care of an elderly parent. That is very stressful. They feel like their life is consumed by taking care of the elderly parent, and she's coaching them. Why professionals? Because they have the money. So yes, you can do that. Now, the more targeted your target market is, the more narrow. Like, if, for example, if you provide services to dentists, or to engineers, or to chiropractors, then the more known you will become in that narrow target market, and you will get invited after a while to their conferences, to their association meetings, and so on. So that's why I'm saying that instead of "and," I like the word "or" better. Once you know who you serve, that is, who your target market is, you can also pinpoint what challenges they might have, such as overwhelm, lack of good communication skills, and in my past 10 years I found that lots of technical people are not always great at communication. They're great at providing the technical services, but not always great at customer service or at communicating with coworkers. And that kept me busy a lot, providing teamwork workshops for many companies with who work in technology, including dentists. Dentists are a great target market. They have lots of money, and they want to provide the best customer service, and they want great teamwork. So that's a tip there. Check out dentists, and there are lots of them. Once you know what your target market's pain area is, then you know how you can help them. Offer that service to them. If you need more help with picking a niche, check out my niche marketing ebook. It contains a niche discovery worksheet, and you can find it at yoursuccesschecklist.com/niche. Somebody stole my slash and my niche. So it's at your success checklist. Excuse me. It's at yoursuccesschecklist.com/niche. Yes, I do realize that today's quote-unquote challenge and my blurb, this video was a mouthful, but it was long. But these are foundation elements that you need to have in place in order to succeed. And the niche is really a icky topic for lots of coaches, so I wanted to make sure that I elaborate on it as long as you need it. And if you're still watching, that means that you probably found it useful. If you have questions, follow-up questions, just put it in the comments. Yeah, do spend some time on putting these elements into place, because everything else flows out of these. Sometimes you will hear me repeating things, and I'm repeating them not because I'm lost, but because I want to stress it. Once you know your niche, so first you had to have that vision. Ideally, your niche is in line with your vision. It doesn't always happen that way, but ideally, yes. But from your niche and your target market, All else will flow out of those once you know what they are. It will be easier to create headlines, irresistible offers, landing pages, products, and so on. So take some time and make sure you have these elements in place. Take 1 or 2 days to make sure you have a great niche, or at least a great target market, and design a business card that you can use to generate leads. If you have a niche, if you picked a niche, share it with us. If you have to pick one, then come back here and share it with us. Put it in the comments. Or if you have questions or dilemma about which of several target markets or which niche to pick, put it in the comments and let's brainstorm. And feel free to chime into others' comments as well. We are a supportive community here, so let's help out each other. So let's get down to work. You have about 3 more hours of the In the Zone time left today, so let's make it productive. Let's get down to business and let's find some prospects. Check out the article below entitled Capitalize on Your Circle of Influence. And that's another activity or you can call it another challenge that you can do this week. And actually it's something that I suggest you implement perhaps for a couple of weeks. And you will see the article, so I don't want to go in the video about too much of it, but let me just say, you make a list of everybody who you know, ideally 100 names, and be like a real professional. You see, for example, I have a friend, he's training insurance salespeople, and that was the very first activity that he gave the new salesperson. He said, make a list of 100 people that are close to you, family, friends, former co-workers, neighbors, relatives. So make a list, and so yeah, ideally it should be 100 or more, but if you come up with 50, that's fine. And that's why I said that you can roll it out in a couple of weeks. I suggest building it in Excel or Word. You can always rearrange it alphabetically, so you don't put the name twice there, and then you will contact them, letting them know about your new direction. And if you've been doing it for a while, you can still do it and send them out a postcard, which you can order from vistaprint.com, unless you know a cheaper place. But vistaprint.com has great prices. And what I do, I always pick a very crazy looking card. Ideally it should be in line a little bit with what I'm offering, and because then they will keep it. If it looks crazy, they will put a magnet on the fridge and stick it on the fridge, or keep it on their desk. And I also put a little referral bonus in there. I say, if you want to talk about potentially hiring me, or if you want a free consultation or free coaching session, contact me. And if you know somebody else who might need it, I have a referral bonus. For every person you refer, I will send you $50. Now, I used to say that I will send you 100, was it 100, 150? I know that one of my friends said after a while, said that, do you know that in South Carolina the law allows only $25 in gift, like a referral gift? Well, I didn't know that, but anyway, so read the article and then implement that in this week, but also you can roll it out for the next couple of weeks, and also put it. You should have a marketing planner, a marketing schedule, and this should be part of your marketing activity that you do regularly. Let's say every 6 months you should send out a mail, not email, because that's spam, a postcard to your circle of influence. Let's say every 6 months. So that should be on your planner. If you use a Google Calendar, then your marketing activities should be on a very specific color, so you know that that's what you do during those hours, during those days. And by the way, I mean, if you, like in my case, For every day I have set aside from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. That's my in the zone time. Now I can't do that every day because sometimes I have clients, sometimes I'm traveling, but when I'm in town and when I'm not serving clients, then all of those days from 10 to 2 I focus 100% on marketing activities, no interruptions. Okay, before I dump on you my whole 10 years of marketing wisdom, I will shut up and I will end this video. I hope you learned a bunch of stuff, and if you have any questions, post them in the comments. If you like something, post them in the comments. If you thought that I talked too much, put that in the comments too. It's okay. I know I do tend to talk a lot, but sometimes there is some value behind my words. So I hope you did find this session valuable. All right, let's get to work, and then I will see you in the next video.